You know why we're not afraid? What? That he's great in turmoil destruction. Y'all think he come back in all peace? You got another thing coming. So we out here fighting for our brother. We ain't marching saying, yes, we can. No justice, no peace. Go! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog. I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker, go. It's my battle cry. Oh! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that they stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker, Jewish. Lord! Generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say, Jacob, gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped out for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. For Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives know red got that feather. Me primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out with the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker, go. It's my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and that painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm hired. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind. Less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped. Our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnate, so be hopeful. And know, I bring word from A&O to Pharaoh. And white folk, let my people go, cause that's my battle cry.
Shalom, shalom, shalom. Most High bless.
Shalom, Israel. Most High bless. Shalom to all the moderators, everybody in the room. Thank y'all for tuning in. F.O.P.E. Sunday Night Fire. And we here.
Good. So I hope everybody been enjoying what we've been bringing out of late. The other brother that done the class. Hope everybody enjoyed that. We're gonna do a small little class, touching on a few little topics here and there. Sorry about the Lee Cummins interview that will be done tomorrow. We had a very, very, very busy day, all of us. So please forgive us for that. But we're gonna get down to the nitty gritty because everybody know that our brother or comrade Sarnetta been going up against the Bible, right? Even though some people say God is with, hold on, they say God is with Sarnetta, right? So we're gonna see if that's fable, right? Or they say God is with his co-host, right? So we're gonna see if that's fable or lies, right? So we're gonna play a little audio, right? We're gonna play a little audio because they say God is a terrorist, and God is a murderer, right? So these are some of the 144 contradictions that they like to speak of in the Bible, right? So this is part of just a small rough draft. Oh, and also say that rape is condoned. So we're gonna smash.
Exactly.
We're gonna smash
They say
all.
they say that God condones rape.
Go ahead. You want to speak a little bit before we play the video?
No, that's it. They say what you just said. He's a terrorist. He's a murderer, and he condones rape. That's what they say.
Exactly. So I'm gonna try to hang in this lesson as long as I can. Like I said, last video we put up, I had a crick in my neck and it still bothers me. It hurts to turn my head. But Sham, if you can let the audio play real quick.
You wanted to play that first, Yehuda, or you wanted to touch? Okay.
Yeah, play that first.
Yeah, go ahead, play that. Yeah.
Peace, Senator. Peace and Black Power. This is Napah.
Oh, man.
I'm good. I just wanted to call in and confirm that, yes, you're correct. That verse does mean rape. And the blue letters. What?
I already know. And he knows, too. This is why he's scared to answer the question.
Okay. And we plan the audio family because of copyright issues right now. So I'll just let y'all know it's why we're not showing the video. We only plan the audio, copyright issues.
This is why he's afraid.
Yeah,
Can you read the book of Deuteronomy 22, 28, and 29? I'll let you
can
get
I read it?
Yes, I'll let you get it. Because they scared to do
before I read it, I just want to, before I read it, I would like to just say that the word in the Hebrew is Napah, and it is H8610. And the word rape actually means to seize, to take hold of, and to, against someone's will, to arrest. So we know that in that context, it's saying to grab her and to take hold of her. And obviously, in the verse, it's talking about having sex with her after you capture her. Now,
Hey, stop for a quick second. Stop it.
in the Hebrew,
Please. Go ahead.
This woman said, in context, she went to the Hebrew, but in all actuality, we don't have to go to the Hebrew. We're going to show it tonight. This woman said, in context, that it's okay to grab her. Now y'all keep in mind, listen what this woman just said. And you tell me if God thinks this way. The Most High himself. It's okay to grab her and do as you please. But we're going to see. Go ahead, Shoshan.
Hold on, not only that, Yehuda, when you said in this context, when it say grab and lay hold or take, that's talking about sex there. That, if you can wind that part back just a hair, and sex is not involved, what she's saying in this concept, what she's speaking about, right? Read that. I mean, let her speak again. Just listen what she said very carefully. Go.
now, the word in the Hebrew is, the definition of the word tapas is, excuse me, it's H8610.
Oh, look it up, y'all.
And it is, I'm going to read it really quickly. To lay hold of, seize, arrest, catch, to grasp, in order to wield, to be seized, be arrested, to be caught, be taken, be captured. So in the verse, it says that she is captured, and then it says that he has, let me read the verse, okay? It says, Deuteronomy 22, verse 28 says, one second. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, so it's referring to her as a woman of marriageable age, which is not betrothed, so she doesn't have anybody that she's engaged to, and she's not married. And he lay hold on her, meaning capture her, seize her, grab her, and lie with her. That means to sex her. So he grabbed her against her will, and then he sexed her, did sex with her. So that
she said, I saw I had to stop it. But she just said that she grabbed her against her will. The scripture doesn't say nothing about somebody being grabbed against their will there. It just said he laid hold of her. It ain't say nothing about nobody being grabbed against their will. She just added that into the scriptures. But we're going to prove that even more, though.
Right there, and they be found. It says, then 29 says what he has to do, so it's rape.
That's it, right? So,
just to confirm that rape is.
Oh, sorry. Go ahead. It's more than let it play. My bad. Let it play.
Well, she was going into the daughters of Shiloh, but I'll let. Hold on.
Condoned in the Bible. Yes, it is. Judges 21, verse 21.
All right. Well, later.
Yeah, she said rape is condoned in the Bible. Yes, it is. And she used the other word. She started mentioning words. She said lay hold. So, Yehuda, Shashay, I'm gonna let y'all take that over. Shashay, I want you to hit one verse for me, and that's about the little boy.
Well, let me say something. Let me say something real quick too. She also went into talking about the Benjamites, right? And when it said that the Benjamites was laying behind the bushes and they took the daughters of Shiloh, she tried to say that they took the daughters of Shiloh and took them and raped them.
That's a lie.
It's a damn lie. But we're going to show that tonight. But first, I want you to do something real quick, though. On your screen, I just want to show a few people who agreed and was cheerleading for Sarnetta, who supposed to be Hebrew Israelites, but they're going against Qanath, right? And the reason why, we all know why, because Qanath is killing these lies and they don't like it. So they all cheerleading on Sarnetta's show. Sarnetta got cut, Qanath got cut, blah, 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 blah. But we're going to shame all of them tonight. We're going to shame all of you tonight. Comical to me, man. Up there cheerleading, right? Cheerleading for a dude who don't even believe in your God nor your Bible. But you cheerleading for him, talking about God was on his side.
Blow it up. Blow it up.
Let's see some of these names here. Who we got?
Hold on.
I can see Daughters of Zion. She said, I have to say this was totally embarrassing. It was embarrassing, Qanath. It was embarrassing. Now, Daughters of Zion, I hope you watching. This was embarrassing to watch. So that is poor scripture, but Qanath, what happened? You let SA get over you. UPK, this guy here, Judah. UPK has trained Saul well. Salute to UPK. Go to the next. We're about to shame all of you tonight. All of you. Up there cheerleading for a black devil who don't even believe in the same God you believe in. Comical. Look. Chief Ephraim, the fake ass, heathen ass Hispanic. Is this your elder? Kabar is finished. I had to watch this again. You see what I'm saying? They upset Qanath because you killing these lies.
And that nigga never broke down no scripture in his life. He was an Old Testament, like then the New Testament, then he jumped in Old Testament again. Yo started all that beef in AOC, left AOC, jumped in HOI. He was Sankofa because Sankofa was going to beat him up after he was disrespecting Jabari. He's a straight bird coon. He know it. He's a sucker. And he's a sucker, man. He's the weakest Israelite. He's not even an Israelite. He's a heathen. And you know it.
He's a heathen. He's a heathen. Man, a heathen. We showed and proved that the 10 tribes did not go to the Western Hemisphere, and we showed and proved that Levi and Benjamin is among the tribes, and we're going to show and prove it even more tomorrow night. Look, you a heathen. Listen, do you believe this next person? Who's that? F.O.P.E. assassin, blah blah. Do you believe in the King James Bible, brother? Yay, blah blah blah. Go to the next. Go to the next. I'm not going to read all of this. I'm just going to show a few people.
No, let's read them.
Go ahead. Go to the next.
I did.
This person here, the chosen
Who?
whatever it is, right now at this very moment, he wishes he never would have come on that show. You see that? It's too late. Blah blah blah. The next person look like this is the end of Qanath. The end of Qanath ministry. Really? Who is his brother? What's this guy name again?
Bata B. Israel. Brother.
Really? Or because you guys are upset that Hispanics are not your people no more? You pissed off? Crazy, man.
The other person say F.O.P.E.
Folk got destroyed. S Harlem. What's that? S Harlem. Go to the next. It got what's the name up here too? What's the name for ISUPK? Tazak, whatever his damn name is. He said, I'm an Israelite. I have to admit, Saw destroyed Qanath. Well, we're going to see tonight. Go to the next. Go to the next.
Hey, Tony
We're
White.
going to see tonight.
Tony
Tonight.
F.O.P.E.
F.O.P.E. Y'all boys just come and join the House of Conscience. And who this guy? Saw put a whooping on him. That was that band. I can't even read that. What's that name right there? Go to the next. It doesn't matter. They know who they are.
F.O.P.E. What?
Coming on the Mexican had to show up. I'm telling you, anybody who's upset, listen, Qanath, real quick. Anybody who's upset about you destroying that 12 tribe chart, notice they all come up here. They all came up here. Look at that. You got even the Mexican up here. What did the Mexican give a damn about Sarnetta? There ain't no damn Mexican care about no damn Sarnetta. Look at this. Look what he said. F.O.P. are funny and entertaining. Blah blah blah. Right, and then you got down below, Cross the Line Radio, body bag. Okay, we're going to see tonight, Negro, with your white sidekick, your white KB sidekick. That woman Napah broke. Look, that woman Napah broke that scripture down horribly. Okay, this person agreed, but go to the next. I'm not gonna read all this stuff.
No, hold
Saul
on.
Leonard went to
Zariak.
That's the
Go ahead.
Zariak, the cabal.
Now look,
Yes.
The camp. Laugh on my ass off.
you know what's funny though? This nigga Claude, he was on a this is what's so funny about it. They know everything else, and that's why a lot of you niggas out there, a lot of y'all Israelites, y'all is scared of ISUPK, man. Fuck ISUPK. I tell them niggas to their face. Like I keep telling y'all, man, fuck ISUPK. They some coons. A lot of y'all niggas out there pussy, and y'all scared of ISUPK. Them niggas wimps. And listen, the nigga
they shook.
The nigga from ISUPK called in. Now you notice nobody saying nothing about this in the video. The nigga from ISUPK called in,
Right.
and was talking hella shit, and they called that tonight. He was on the combo. When he found out that nigga was on there, he called and told that nigga get your ass off the phone. He asked him, I said, you got permission from the general? I don't need no permission. When you go across the line, he said, hold on, they called and told that nigga out the phone. Yo hung up on Qanath. I called the nigga back, and he would not pick up the phone. Straight coward, but no Israelite. None. Said nothing about this deal. Because all you niggas is pussy, and all you niggas scared of ISUPK. All you niggas dick riding ISUPK. Only one I know that ain't scared of ISUPK is AOC, nigga. And I ain't even gonna get into that conversation, but rest of y'all niggas is pussy, man. Y'all niggas.
Let's lay off the people. I know they.
Y'all niggas scared of ISUPK, man. Straight up.
Let me say this real quick. Now you see Tazariak, right? The Napah, right? Because he like to call everybody intimate or whatever. And now it's Tazariak the Napah, right? Sarnetta went to camp, laughing my ass off, right? Now we're gonna break Yehuda and Shashag will go into this part, and I'm gonna get my part. Yehuda, I don't want to stop the plane. I just want to say something real quick. That last part, right there, you say laughing my ass off. Now understand,
Right.
sex is legal. It's all right according to the Torah to have anal sex.
Right.
Everything these guys deal with is the asshole. Look at everything they say. It's gonna be, oh man, your ass. Everything I do, ass. Right.
And you know the funny thing to me. These are grown ass men. I was having a conversation with Lahab and another brother last month, right, on the phone. What's funny to me? These grown ass men You a grown ass man. What the hell you doing? Being a grown ass man, and you let another grown ass man tell you what to do.
Exactly.
Right.
Y'all niggas, y'all little kids, man. Y'all
Right.
like grown ass men telling you what to do.
Another man tell you how to run your house.
Yeah, come on, man, get out of here.
Man, I'm your general.
Hold up, guys. Hold up.
Them niggas, you got elders in Israel, which is a fact, that's destroying brothers' marriages, that's running people's houses, telling men wives to leave them when they counsel them, when they don't do something they like. This is all from one structure. That's why I was like, I'm like, how can somebody in the Israelite church tell you, well, we put him out, so he's not in the church no more, and so now you got to leave your husband and marry another brother in the school because he's out the school. Where that's set in the scriptures? Where that's set in the scriptures?
Hey,
But this is from the One West school of thought that they've been doing this, and they hate that we're telling the truth about it. But a lot of these dudes doing this in these camps, man. Y'all niggas is wicked for that.
let me say this before I forget my chain of thought, man. And we go this time. Hey, Yehuda, brothers, it's time for them to get focused up. But let me say this before they get focused up. We're gonna let the Most High, the word fight for us, right? The word fight for us. We just being a little facetious right now. But my brother Isaiah called me, and he's still my brother. Called me last night, and he said he apologized for hurting me because I felt like he betrayed me by saying Sarnetta was the Most High was with Sarnetta. But what I found ironic, like I keep on saying, is how come he didn't talk about this part where this woman talk about it's okay to rape and about to go into some other stuff, right? So that's people want to be blind, let them be blind. All right, man, it's folked up time, man. It's folked up time. Remember.
Yeah, let's get started. Let's get started.
So all you people that you got some more? Damn,
No, that's good. That's good. That's good. We're not gonna read all this stuff. That's good.
Right, good. So it's time to folk them up, man. I want to agree with that garbage. Let's see what the scripture really say.
And let me say this too. We already did a whole breakdown on rape in the Torah, prove that it's false. But we're gonna redo it again and update it and give you actual slides where you can actually see it. Because man, Qanath, we did this years ago, didn't we, Qanath?
Yeah, bro.
They proved it. You the only ones who broke the rape thing down, showing that it's a lie and you can't rape in the Torah through the power of Yahawah Yahawashi. He used us to do it. When GMS was going at all these camps, them niggas was scared to touch the verse because they ain't know how to break it down. So what they'll do is they'll go to the people in the crowd and say, see, do you believe in rape? They believe in rape at 9 years old, but they wouldn't debunk them in the scriptures. You feel me? And it's 100% truth. GMS will tell you that. They wouldn't debunk them in the scriptures. They would go to people in the crowd and say, is it all right to rape a child? Because they didn't know the precept and didn't know how to handle the situation when it comes to the Hebrew. The Most High put it on my spirit for me to break it down, and me and Elder Qanath went over it. And I got some help with the elders of the House of David, helped me a little bit with the Hebrew, Elder Binyanya. I appreciate that. And I put that, you feel me? But you can't rape. Not in the Torah. You rape, you get, okay? We're going to prove that Deuteronomy 22 and 28 is talking about seduction. It's not talking about taking a vagina, okay? And you can live and you can just go around taking vagina. That's not true. So what we gonna do now?
Go ahead. Don't worry about. Hey, don't take down Richard Patterson comments, brothers and sisters, moderators. Leave all his stuff up, because then after we gonna see he's gonna come on live. If you know, the first thing he used was dick, right?
Yeah, because he a homo. Get off my dick.
That's the first thing. It's the sex on the mind with these people.
Hey, Richard Patterson, fuck you. Fuck you.
Go ahead, Yehuda. Let's go.
How about that?
No, I thought you said you want to start. You said you got a scripture you want to read, right?
Oh, yeah, okay, well, let's go to hey, Kahan, you there?
Khan.
Oh, I'm here.
Okay, go to Exodus 12 and 6. Because remember they said the Most High is a murderer, right? Now, here's a question everybody got to ask themselves, right? If the Most High is a murderer, the Most High couldn't make a lie, right? He's not a murderer, right? So here's the question. The bar, if Most High is a murderer, did he murder Christ? Did he say, come here, Christ, take 9 to the head? Did he murder Christ? Right? And this understand, brothers understand reading and comprehension. The Most High gives you things, but brothers make it chicken. You know what? No, you know what? Take them off. Put them on timeout and take them off. Because this guy, I only think he's leaving the Bible at all. He's right from the side of Sunday. Take him off altogether. Yeah, keep on bringing up dick, man. You know what? Go play with your penis.
Man,
But here we
that
go.
man gay.
So, do you think the Most High murdered his son? And like I said, brothers and sisters, some don't understand basic reading and comprehension, right? They take the so-called Star of David or pomegranate, man turned to evil, right? The rainbow, man turned to evil. Sex, man turned to evil, right? So a lot of things that man do, the Most High create, man turns it to evil. You understand? So let's go to Exodus 20:6 and read that one as well.
God, Exodus chapter 20 and verse 6.
Mm-hmm.
And showing mercy unto thousands of them that love me and keep my commandments.
And do what?
And keep my commandments.
And keep his, what's it? Exodus 12.
Exodus 20 and 6.
No, I meant to say Exodus 12:6, brother.
Exodus 12 and 6. Gotcha.
Start at verse 5.
Exodus chapter 12 and verse 5.
Go ahead.
And it reads on this wise. Your lamb shall be without blemish, a male of the first year. Ye shall take it out from the sheep or from the goats, and ye shall keep it up until the 14th day of the same month. And the whole assembly of the congregation of Israel shall kill it in the evening.
Now understand, this was the sacrifice at that time. Kill the lamb, the animal, right? It's a sacrifice, right? It's not murder, right? Now let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 5.
Done. Gone. 1 Corinthians chapter 5. What verse you want to start at?
Verse 7.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 5 and verse 7. Purge out, therefore, the old leaven, that ye may be a new lump, as ye are unleavened. For even Christ, our Passover, is sacrificed for us.
You know, see, Christ is sacrificed, not murdered. Right? The Most High didn't murder Christ. The Most High sent him down here for a mission, right? To be the sacrificial lamb, just like it was in Exodus chapter 12. You understand this? Do you understand this? It's not murder, Napah. Right? It's a sacrifice. Like I said, Most High kills and he make alive. Right? So the Christ was sacrificed and then he rose up, made alive again. Okay? And went to the realm, right? With Most High. Actually, Sheol first, and then to the Most High. Right? So the sacrifice, not murder. Give me Isaiah 53 and 10. It was real fast.
Isaiah 53 and 10.
Right.
Isaiah chapter 53 and verse 10. Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him.
To what?
Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him.
See, he bruised Christ, not murdered, not even killed. He bruised Christ and it pleased him. Why? Right? Because he was on a mission, right, to be sacrificed for his people. He was a new blood, the new man was without blemish, pure, righteous.
His whole point was to come to die.
That's his whole point, right?
He literally said,
"That's the big. I don't have to eat no more, but we will." But that's the big question to the Napah. So you say the Most High murdered? Did the Most High murder Christ? Did he murder Christ? Right? Or was it man that did it? Finish on that verse and then go to Genesis. 20.
Yet it pleased the Lord to bruise him. he hath put him to grief. When thou shalt make his soul an offering for sin,
Make his soul, his body. The soul is the body for sins, for our sins. Right? Because Christ's spirit didn't die. It was his body, the sacrificial lamb, without blemish. His soul. You understand? Go ahead, jump to Genesis 22nd chapter.
You're gonna do Abraham now, right? Abraham
Yeah, this is dealing with Abraham
and Isaac, exactly.
and Isaac.
Was God about to have Abraham murder Isaac or sacrifice Isaac? And guess what? Isaac being sacrificed was a foreshadow of Christ.
Yep. I heard
Not to be murdered, but to be sacrificed.
Right. Right. So start at
verse 2.
difficulties on this. So start at Genesis 22, 1 through 9.
Con, I got you. Genesis chapter 22 and verse 1. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham and
He
said
did
unto
what?
him,
Hold on. He tempted Abraham, right? You got to understand in this verse, when it say tempt, go to James 1 and 13 real quick.
Con,
Because see, this is another verse that Sonetta would say, hold on, brother. God did what to Abraham? Read James 1 and 13.
James chapter 1 and verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God let no man.
That sounds like a contradiction, don't it? Right? Because in other verses said Genesis 22 and 1, and then we're gonna go to James. Read the whole verse of James and jump back to Genesis 22 and 1. Read the whole word 13 for me. James 1 and 13.
James chapter 1 and verse 13. Let no man say when he is tempted, I am tempted of God, for God cannot be tempted with evil, neither
he cannot be tempted with what?
God cannot be tempted with evil.
With evil. So the Most High is not going to do the evil thing in that way. Right now, let's go back to Genesis chapter.
Exactly.
Genesis
chapter 22 and 1.
God. Genesis chapter 22 and verse 1. Verse 2. Yeah, 1. And it came to pass after these things that God did tempt Abraham.
Now, when it say tempted here, you have to understand how the Most High operates. The Most High will give us a test, right? You have to be tested and tried. Say tried like what? Oh, tried, right? So we all have to be tried. You know, just like Sonetta said, I'm an Israelite. I'm from the tribe of Benjamin. You can say something all the time, right? And do something different. You didn't say that. You didn't say, I'm never forsake you. You're going to forsake me 3 times. Right? So it's not, he didn't tempt it with evil here. He was being tried. So I just want to get that out the way first when somebody try to say something slick. Now let's finish reading on that wise.
Con. And said unto Abraham, and he said, behold, here I am. Verse 2. And he said, take now thy son, thy only son, Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains.
No, kill him. No, kill him. I'm sorry, no, murder him. Murder him.
And he said, take now thy son, thy only son Isaac, whom thou lovest, and get thee into the land of Moriah, and offer him there for a burnt offering upon one of the mountains which I will tell of thee.
an offering, a sacrifice, not murder, offer, right, as a sacrifice, like he's the Most High sacrifices only what? Begotten son. Right? So he said, offer him as a sacrifice, not murder.
That's right.
Come on.
Verse 3. And Abraham rose up early in the morning and saddled his ass and took 2 of his young men with him and Isaac his son and clave the wood for the burnt offering.
For the what? For the murder.
And clave the wood for the burnt offering.
Come on.
And rose up and went unto the place of which God had told him.
Mm-hmm. Go ahead, all the way to verse 9. What verse you on?
Verse 4. Then on the 3rd day, Abraham lifted up his eyes and saw the place afar off. Verse 5. And Abraham said unto his young men, abide ye here with the ass, and I and the lad will go yonder and worship and come again to you. Verse 6.
In fact, brother, let me read verse 6 and 7.
Come.
And it reads, and Abraham took the wood of the burnt offering and laid it upon Isaac his son. And he took the fire in his hand and a knife, and they went both of them together. And Isaac spake unto Abraham his father, and said, my father. And he said, here I am, my son. And he said, behold the fire and the wood, but where is the lamb for the burnt offering? So Isaac said, my father, where is the lamb? Verse 8, and Abraham said, my son, God will provide himself a lamb for a burnt offering. So they went both of them together. And when you continue to read, it says that God, in verse 13, and Abraham lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, behind him a ram, not a lamb, a ram. But notice, God says that, or Abraham says that God will provide himself a lamb. This is the foreshadow of Christ being the lamb, but not being murdered,
right? Not being murdered,
but as a sacrificial being.
Right, a sacrificial, right? Not lamb, but a sacrificial. The flesh, right?
The flesh.
Hold on, watch this. I don't want to talk about the lesson, but when I think it's in verse. Was it verse 4? I think it was verse 4. Yeah, it says, then on the 3rd day, right? But that's something else we're going to later. And I was looking at when I was going over that, right? Because he's talking about Christ, and also, I don't want to go there. Because you're going to find out a lot of times these angels that he was speaking to was Christ. But
in fact, all throughout the Torah and the Tanakh, which is called the Old Testament, Christ is all through the Old Testament, all through.
Right. Well,
yeah. I want to go to first. Let's go to 1 Corinthians real quick. I want to take a look at 1 Corinthians, right? Chapter 7.
So there's no murder, Napah. So all you bros saying Qanath got this ass kicked and all that. See, y'all believe in a false doctrine.
No, they don't listen. They only saying that, Qanath. Hey, Qanath, most of those brothers up there and sisters that were saying that, they don't believe. I mean, some of them may believe in rape or whatever, but most of them was up there for the simple fact that they want to see you lose because they upset with you because you coming against these doctrines, especially the 12 tribe chart. So that's what that's all about.
That's all.
That's why they up there. Because you saw, like I said, you saw that. What in the hell a Mexican doing on Saw Another Show? No damn Mexican don't give a damn about no black news channel and black history. They don't give a damn about no black history. The Mexican was up there because he was up there also to see you fail because he's upset also because you destroying that 12 tribe chart.
Right.
That's what it's all about. That's what it's all about. So let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 7. I'm going to read 34 through 30. Matter of fact, my brother, read 34 through 36.
1 Corinthians chapter 7 and verse 34. There is a difference also between a wife and a virgin. The unmarried woman care for the things of the Lord, that she may...
Stop. He said the unmarried woman careth for the things of the Lord. Continue.
That she may be holy.
That she may be holy. Go ahead.
Both in body and in spirit. But she that is married care for things of the world, how she may please her husband.
Okay, so it says that the woman that is unmarried, she cared for the things of the Lord, that she may be holy, both in body and in spirit. That also goes to you, Joseph the father, Negroes, talking about Christ was conceived through the sperm of a sinner. But she that is married cared for the things of the world, it says how she may please her husband. Read verses 35 and 36.
Verse 35, and this I speak for your own profit, not that I may cast a snare upon you, but for that which is comely, and that ye may attend upon the Lord without distraction. Verse 36.
Okay, 36.
But if a man think that he behaveth himself uncomely towards his virgin, if she pass the flower of her age, and need so require, let him do what he will. He sinneth not, let them marry.
He sinneth not, let them marry. If the man think that he behaved himself to be uncomely towards his virgin, which is betrothed to him also, if she plead or if she passed the flower of her age, it clearly says, and he needs so require. I mean, he just has to get off, let loose, let loose as a man. Come on, we all men. Come on, we all men and women. Let's keep it real. Let's keep it 100% now. We all men and women, right? Yeah. That's watching this, right? He had to let loose. He said, let him do what he will. He sinneth not. Let them marry. Now let's go to the book of Genesis. He sinneth not. She betrothed to him. She is virgin. He sinneth not.
Right.
Let's go to Genesis 29. Yeah, Genesis 29.
Done.
When you get to Genesis 29, read verse 31. I'm sorry, no. Verse 21. This is dealing with Leah and Rachel and Jacob. Genesis 29, read verse 21.
Genesis chapter 29 and verse 21. And Jacob said unto Laban, give me my wife, for my days are fulfilled, that I may go in unto her. And Laban,
go read verse 22. Yeah, go ahead.
And Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. Verse 23. And it came to pass in this evening that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went in unto her.
Stop right there.
Still there, Yehuda?
Yehuda.
All right, Shashan, while Yehuda, until he get back, go into the part, the Deuteronomy part, 25th verse. You know what I'm talking about. Until we get back on. That's where you're going at right now. We can't hear you on mute.
You're on mute.
Sorry, my bad. I said you would be to go into the what lay hold mean, right?
Right. Real quick.
In the Hebrew. Okay. Kahan, read what's that? Deuteronomy, I think.
Deuteronomy
21 and verse 19.
Oh, 21.
Hold on, he's back. Hold on.
Yeah, something happened. I don't know what happened. Can you hear me now?
Yo,
Con.
No,
Yeah, something happened.
yeah.
Yeah, okay. What I was saying is, Laban. It says Laban gathered together all the men of the place and made a feast. The feast is talking about a wedding feast, basically, for the most part, because Jacob served a number of years. I think it was 7 years or so, something like that, right? So now it says, and it came to pass in the evening, that he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to him, and he went into her. Read verse 24.
Verse 24. And Laban gave unto his daughter Leah Zilpah, his maid, for a handmaid.
Read verse 25.
Verse 25. And it came to pass that in the morning, behold, it was Leah. And he said unto Laban, what is this thou hast done unto me?
Wait a minute. He said, wait. He said to his uncle Laban, he said, what did you do to me? What happened? I thought I was sleeping with Rachel.
Right.
He thought he was sleeping with Rachel. But he was actually laying and sleeping with Leah. Because remember, it said in the evening it was dark. They didn't have no lights back then. They didn't have no electricity back then. And they lived in the tents. They dwelt in tents.
Right.
So he thought he was sleeping with Rachel. So he said, what have you done? You tricked me. Continue to read.
Wherefore then hast thou beguiled me? And Laban said, it must not be so done in our country to give the younger before the firstborn.
You see that? So what he did, he brought Leah. When it got dark, he brought Leah to Jacob. But Jacob thought he was sleeping with Rachel. Right? So he tricked Jacob. But notice it says he took Leah, his daughter, and brought her to Jacob. Right? So I just want to touch on that real quick because I'm leading to something. Let's go to Exodus 2. Exodus chapter 2. But the question though, he didn't rape her, did he? He did not rape Leah, even though he thought it was Rachel. Let's go to Exodus 2 and read verse 21. Read verse 21.
Let me just address that part real quick, because you're right, Yehuda, and I think everybody missed it. He thought he was laying with Rachel, but he was laying with Leah. Did Leah cry out?
Exactly.
Right.
If she didn't cry out, so what?
And guess what? Leah knew that she was going in there to lay with Jacob. She knew that.
You're on mute, Shan.
I'm sorry, so again. And then Deuteronomy 22 and 28, no one cries out. That's another example why they don't know what they talk about when you're gonna finish it. No one cries out.
Leah didn't cry out.
But that's okay. We got more coming. Let's go to Exodus 2 real quick. I want you to read one verse. Exodus 2, verse 21.
Exodus chapter 2 and verse 21. And Moses was content to dwell with the man, and he gave Moses Zipporah, his daughter.
He did what?
He gave Moses his daughter, Zipporah, his daughter, Salaki.
Right. Jethro gave Moses his daughter. Okay, the father had to give his daughter away. Let's keep that in mind. Jethro gave Moses Zipporah. Go to Deuteronomy 22nd chapter. He gave Moses his daughter. That's what all the Jews did, or the Hebrews of old. They gave their daughters away. And you're going to see as we continue. Let's go to Deuteronomy 22nd chapter, right? When you get there, read. Let's see here. Why I want to start reading that here. Let's start reading that verse 13. This is the laws concerning chastity. The laws concerning chastity or rape, etc. Okay, go ahead and read. Deuteronomy 22nd chapter, verse 13.
Deuteronomy chapter 22 and verse 13. And it reads on his wise. If any man take a wife and go in unto her and hate her and causes a speech against her and bring up an evil name upon her, and say, I took this woman, and when I came to her, I found her not a maid.
Right? Meaning a virgin, also a virgin, meaning he married this woman, he took her, he went into her, but for some reason he don't want her no more. He don't want to deal with her no more. Read verse 15.
Verse 15. Then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel's virginity unto the elders of the city gate in the gate.
Right. So stop right there. So now the father and the mother is going to prove and show the priest and the elders of the city or the villages that our daughter is a virgin. So they're going to bring out, what is it? They're going to bring forth, it said, the tokens of the damsel's virginity to prove to the elders that she was a virgin. Read verse 16.
Verse 16. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her. And
verse 17.
And lo, he have given occasions of speech against her, saying, I found not thy daughter a maid, and yet these are the tokens of my daughter's virginity. And they shall spread the cloth before the elders of the city.
Go ahead.
And the elders of that city shall take the man and chastise him.
You see that? Shall take the man and chastise him. After they brought the cloth out, laid it upon this, so everybody can see, all the elders in the city, everybody can see that their daughter was indeed a virgin, and this man lied on her. Right? Verse 18 says, and the elders of that city, they shall take that man and chastise him. Read verse 19.
And they shall immerse him in 100 shekels of silver, and give them unto the father of the damsel, because he have brought up an evil name upon the virgin of Israel, and she shall be his wife. He may not put her away all his days.
Okay, do me a favor. Read verse 16 one more time.
Verse 16. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter unto this man to wife. And
he did what? Wait. Slow down just a little bit. He did what?
I gave my daughter unto.
That's good. He gave his daughter away, just as Jethro gave Zipporah Moses. I'm sorry. Jethro gave his daughter to Moses. Gave. Read verse 20. Verse 20.
Verse 20. But if this thing be true, and the tokens of virginity be not found for the damsel, verse 21. Then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the men of her city shall stone her with stones that she die, because she have wrought folly in Israel to play the whore in her father's house. So shalt thou put evil away from among you.
You see that? Now read verse 22. We're gonna continue. Go read verse 22.
Verse 22.
Now stop real quick. Stop. This is another law. It's still concerning chastity, dealing with virgins and rape, the rape doctrine, etc. But another law. Verse 22. Read.
What you want, you?
Go ahead. Read verse 22. This is another law concerning chastity and rape, etc., and dealing with the virginity of a woman. Another law. Read verse 22.
Verse 22. If a man be found laying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. But the man that lay with the woman and the woman, so shalt thou put away evil from Israel.
You see that? If a man be found lying with a woman married to a husband, both of them shall be put to death. Verse 23, another law. Read that.
If a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto a husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her, verse 24, then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them which with stones that they died. The damsel, because she cried not, being in
Stop. The damsel did not do what? She did not do what?
The damsel, because she cried not.
She cried not. If a damsel that is a virgin is betrothed to her husband, and a man find her in the city, and he lie with her, and then he shall bring them both into the gate, because she cried not. Meaning this here, she enjoyed it. She it was good to her. She was enjoying it, so she did not cry out.
What you say?
All of you satanic Negroes out there talking about God condone rape. Right. Yeah, I hope your daughter go out and get raped. Your mother, if she's still living, your grandma, your aunt, any female in your family, let them get raped and see how you feel.
They'll be mad as hell. They're gonna be mad as hell.
Now look, that was an excellent breakdown, right? Now I'm gonna kill it. I'm gonna finish it off. I'm gonna bury the body and, like my man Elliot was saying, I'm gonna bury the body and get rid of it for good, right? All right, you was done, Yehuda?
Actually, you gonna continue the rest of the verses?
I'm gonna touch on Deuteronomy 22 and 28. I'm gonna prove that it's not talking about rape in the Hebrew.
Okay, good. I'll go down to, exactly. I'm gonna go down to 27. That's perfect. Okay, brother, do me a favor. Read verse 24 one more time.
Verse 24. Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not.
She did not cry out. She did not say, help, somebody help me. This man's raping me. Somebody please. She didn't cry out.
So she must have enjoyed it.
She enjoyed it. Even though she was married, it was getting good to her. Listen, she was wet as a Mississippi River. It was getting good. She said, damn, my husband, I don't give a damn about. Look, she said, I don't give a damn about my husband. It's getting good. I don't care about my husband in this moment. Listen, she said, in this moment right here, I don't care about my husband. It feels good. I'm not going to cry out.
That's right.
Go ahead, brother. Keep reading, brother. Keep reading.
All right. Being in the city, and the man, because he had humbled his neighbor's wife, so thou shalt put away evil from among you. Verse 25. But
wait. Slow down a little bit. Verse 25 is another law. Go ahead, but read kind of slow. Verse 25.
But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field.
Wait a minute. Betrothed damsel meaning she is betrothed to somebody, like how Mary was betrothed to Joseph. And we just read, going back to First Chronicles, if a woman is betrothed to you as a virgin, and you feel you got to let loose, do as you feel, you sin it not. But go ahead, brother.
And the man force her and lie with her.
Wait a minute. And the man wait. And the man do what?
And the man forced her. And
he forced himself on her.
Wait. I thought that's what lay hold is in 28. I thought lay hold meaning you forcing yourself on somebody.
Right.
I thought that's what lay hold was. Oh, is that force? Is lay hold when you lay hold of somebody? Is you forcing somebody because you lay hold of them? Right there, I thought you forced yourself on somebody.
Right.
Exactly.
They coming from the carnal mindset that's what that means. Because they don't study.
So it says, if a man find a betrothed damsel, she betrothed to another man in the field, and the man he forced himself on her. Go ahead, keep reading, brother.
And lie with her. Then the man only that lay.
Wait a minute. Wait. The man only, or both the woman and the man?
Then the man only that lay with her shall die.
There goes your rape doctrine killed right there.
It's done.
It ain't done yet.
Finish it. Finish it though.
It ain't done yet.
We're gonna finish. I'm gonna let Sean finish, and then we're gonna go to the judges. where she went to talk about the Benjamites. We're gonna go there. But let's finish, my brother. Read verse 26.
Verse 26. But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing.
Don't do nothing to the damsel. God says she didn't do nothing wrong. She didn't do anything wrong. Keep reading.
There is in the damsel no sin worth.
No sin. She did not sin. He's the one that forced himself on her.
Right.
He raped her. But they say that God condones rape. Go ahead, Shawshan.
The judgment for rape.
No.
What happens when you rape somebody in the Bible? You get put to death.
Put to death.
Can I dress it up for you? Get your stuff together. I want to dress it up for you. All right, Shawshan, Yehuda put a nail in the coffin, right? When Yehuda put him in the coffin, nailed it. Now Shan going to put the dirt on it. All right,
bury it.
We're gonna finish. Finish up verse 26, my man.
Go ahead.
My man, finish up verse 26. Start when it says start when it says for as when a man. Start reading right there.
All right, let me get. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor and slayeth him, even so is this matter.
Right. So now God is comparing a man that murders another man. He said, just as a man murders another man, that man is put to death. So is it when a man forces himself on a woman, he's going to be put to death. He's making a comparison. So that kills the murder doctrine. That kills that lie that God murdered right there also.
Yep.
Read verse 27. That's it. Verse 27 is I'm done after that. Verse 27.
Verse 27. For he found her in the field, and the betrothed damsel cried, and there was none to save her.
Wait. So the other woman, she did not cry, but this damsel, she cried out. She cried out. She was not enjoying it. She didn't want to get raped by this nasty, filthy, stinking ass Hebrew.
Right.
Go ahead, Shawshan.
I want to Sean, let me dress it up.
Go ahead, man. Go ahead. Take your time. I ain't
listen. Now, what he's about to read, I remember she said lay hold means rape and force and all that, right? Now, he's going to show you in that verse what lay hold means. Let me give you an example of it, and he's going to break it down. The example is Qanath before he came into the truth in the club, right? And you know how you be dancing with somebody, you know, you may buy him a little drink or whatever like that. You got the cologne on or whatever like that. And y'all go home or whatever. And next thing you know, she coming on to you and you like, you done played your role on it. What you doing is you actually seduced her. Same thing with a woman, seduced, right? Same thing with a woman. Now
exactly.
Put your children to bed because I'm going to say something here, not nasty, but put your children to bed. You ever been with your wife, right? And you may not want to be messing around or whatever like that. But you know how women show you they want to mess around with you sometimes? Y'all be laying in bed.
Come on, baby. Come on.
No, they start close like that. Right?
Close to your age. Come on, baby. You gonna give me some tonight?
Can you hold me?
Come on, baby. You gonna give me some tonight?
She's seducing you, right? Seducing you. Next thing you know, you start playing with her, and she's saying you trying to get to her, right? Because now she done bumped all on you. So now you trying to like get to her. She be taking her stuff off at the same time. She's saying, stop, and taking it like, what the hell is going on here? So all this is foreplay and seduction, right? All this is foreplay and seduction. And that's what these niggas don't understand. So strap up. Now let's get it. Strap up because we're going to show you what seduce, lay hold, right? Because she say lay hold means rape. So I want to know, do lay hold means raping little boys too?
Hey, lay hold is all over the Bible. The word the posh, right? Read Deuteronomy 21:19.
Deuteronomy chapter 21 and verse 19. Then shall his father and mother lay hold on him and
Stop. That word lay hold right there is the exact same word, dapash, in Deuteronomy 28 and 22, which means to seize, to capture, to force. That little boy wasn't raped. He was rebellious. His parents grabbed his ass and took him to the He wasn't raped at all. You feel me? But go ahead, read
his ass.
Yeah, I read it. I read it. They laid hold on him, right? It says, and then shall his father and his mother lay hold on him and bring him out into the elders of his city and unto the gate of his place. So they laid hold on him. I mean, they grabbed that little bastard.
There's another one in Jeremiah where a guy laid hold of a guy in the temple. He grabbed his hand.
Right, exactly.
And he wasn't raped. You know what I mean? He wasn't raped. So we gotta go off the context and understand the context of the scriptures. You see what I'm saying? Like I said, a lot of these people out there, y'all just some blue letter prophets. Stop using applications in the blue letter and the eSword. Get you books. They insert stuff in there, a lot of stuff in there, and they take a lot of stuff out you're not going to have in there.
Right.
Use the blue letter like that. I might use a quick reference, but other than that, I'm not studying with it. I've been telling y'all that for years, but y'all don't listen. Okay? So now go to Deuteronomy 22 and 8. Read that.
I'll read it for you, Shasha.
Thank you.
Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter, verse 28. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, which is not betrothed,
right,
and lay hold on her,
now,
and lie with her,
right, now
and they be found.
Hold on. He laid hold of her. He slept with her.
Mm-hmm.
And when it says they be found, meaning they got caught.
They got caught. Yep.
Tell her how long they've been doing it. They could have been creeping and freaking, and somebody said, "Wait a minute, y'all married. Y'all been sleeping around. I can tell."
Jones.
They got caught. That's what that means. They was caught. Okay, read on, Yoda.
Going on.
Who that singing? Qanath? Who that?
Nah, that's me. That's me. He gonna Mr. Jones on it in verse 28.
Wait. Let me read it one more time for you, Shashan. If a man find a damsel that is a virgin, she's a virgin, which is not betrothed, and lay hold on her and lie with her, and they be found, like just as Shasham said, they were somebody found them, caught them. They got caught.
Yep.
Verse 29. Then the man that lay with her shall give unto the damsel father 50 shekels of silver.
Right. Now why
go ahead, Shashan.
No, go ahead, finish it out. Then I'll break it down.
And she shall be his wife, because he hath humbled her.
Now
that he may go ahead.
Is that because what he did was he did not go according to the law, where the father and mother set up the marriage through parents. He just slept, He just slept with the daughter without talking,
exactly.
Without talking to the father. You know what I'm saying?
Real quick, Shasham. That's why it says Jethro gave Moses Zipporah.
Exactly.
Right.
Over and over, you see the scripture where it said they gave their daughter to so and so and so. Gave their daughters to so and so and so. Gave. You give your daughter away. What do you do when you have a wedding? What did the man usually do?
He
gives his daughter away.
Right. They have a celebration, just like in the book of Tobit. They supposed to write it down.
Write it in.
All together. This is what y'all gonna do. They get the bed sheet proving that they had sex. His daughter was a virgin. That did not happen here. The father was the one who actually was raped, meaning his daughter virginity was taken from him. He didn't have the right to give his daughter away because
exactly. And one last thing, Shashan, I'll let you talk.
Okay.
Even today, I know many brothers who went to their girlfriend's fathers and say, "I want to marry her." I met many brothers that did that. A lot of brothers do that today. They go to the father.
I did it. I went to my wife's father, and he took me somewhere. I said, "Sir, I gotta ask you a question." So I said, "Man, can I have your daughter?" He said, "For real?" I said, "Yeah." I said, "Respect for you. Can I have her?" Right? And guess what? I never been with her. He said, "Yeah." I was like, "Man," when I was saying to myself, "Boy, it's gonna be on when I get a nap." So go ahead. Yes, sir. Go ahead.
But yeah,
go ahead, Shashan.
But yeah, so what y'all see on the screen right here, right, is the Hebrew word tapash. Now this is out of Hebrew dictionary, right? You see it right here, the word tapash. You see it right here where it says to seize, to take hold on, to effect. This is this Hebrew word is a very, very long definition. It's so long I can't put all of it on the screen. But I'm gonna show a part of it, another part of it that you don't get in blue letter. It's right here highlighted. Y'all see it right there? The word in yellow?
Yes.
It says the seduced.
Mm.
So means seduce. See it? Where it says
Yep. I see it.
To seize, to have property seized, to seduce. So it also means seduce. The word tapash. Now let's prove that she was seduced. Go to Exodus chapter 22 and verse 16 or 15, please.
I read it.
This is the
read it for you.
This is the precept.
Exodus 22, you said verses 15 and 16?
Yeah.
It should be
Okay,
right.
I read it. I read it for you. Oh, yeah, this is good. This is perfect because I'm going to bring out something too one more time. Exodus 22, verses 15 and 16, and it reads on this wise. And then shall the father of the damsel and her mother take and bring forth the tokens of the damsel virginity unto the elders of the city in the gate. You want to say something right there?
No. Just read the next verse.
Verse 16. And the damsel's father shall say unto the elders, I gave my daughter, I gave her my daughter unto this man to wife, and he hated her.
Right. No, I'm saying that wasn't what I asked you for.
But I'm glad I read it again because you can see again, just as Jethro gave Zipporah Moses, he says, I gave my daughter.
Right.
So it's a good thing I read. It's a good thing I read it again.
Right. Come on. I'm sorry. I thought you.
No, that's okay. That's okay.
Yeah. So the precept is Exodus 22 and 16 to the verse of Deuteronomy 28 and 22 and 28.
Exodus 22, 16?
Yes.
You want me to get it or you
I got it right here. I got it. The book of Exodus, chapter 22, verse 16. The subtitle, The Laws of Human Relations. And it reads, and if a man entice a maid, meaning a virgin.
Stop. If a man entice, that word is seduce. Look it up. It's the same thing, seduction. So if a man seduce a maid, this is the precept. And we showing you in the Hebrew the word taphas, which in Deuteronomy 28:22, which they said is rape, that lay hold, is talking about seduction. You clearly see it on the screen. It says seduce. So if a man entice a maid or seduce a maid, this is where it comes from. This is the precept. This is what Napash don't understand. That's why you need to start a blue letter. You don't need to be teaching nothing because women not supposed to indoctrinate. You don't know what you're talking about. So I'm not a Bible scholar either. You don't know what he's talking about. And other Israelites, y'all don't know what y'all talking about. And that's why y'all couldn't break it down. Because we got the information through the power of Yahweh. Yahweh gave it to us. And we brought this out and Bryn proved that Deuteronomy 22 and 28 is not talking about rape, it's talking about seduction.
Right.
But y'all hate F.O.P.E so much, but y'all learn from us. Please read on, Yehuda.
And it says, and let me read it one more time for you, Shoshan. And if a man entice a maid, a virgin, that is not betrothed, and lie with her, he shall surely endow her to be his wife.
Right. That's what he's supposed to do. It's the same thing as it's saying it. It's a different way, but the same thing in Deuteronomy 22 and 28. It's the same thing. Read on.
And then it says, if her father utterly refused to give her into, look what it says, if her father utterly refused to give her unto him, because the father has to give the daughter away.
Right. Let me break that.
Go ahead.
Down. Now listen. The father ain't got to give you his daughter if you produce her, you idiot.
Exactly.
This is what I love about you. You thinking you gonna go out there, if you marry somebody's daughter, according to biblical law, and you sleep with a father's daughter, and you think, oh, well, I did it wrong, and I did it that way, I seduced her. Guess what? The father don't have to give you his daughter to be his wife, and you still gotta pay him the dowry of the virgins because you seduced his daughter.
Exactly. Even you Negroes got daughters, and your daughter was being used and seduced by a little good Negro, are you gonna give your daughter away?
Stolen property. Stolen property.
It is. It's called property law because when you go into the scriptures deeper, you're gonna find out a man's daughter is their property, and the virginity is property law to the father because now he can't give that virginity away to a man because a man stole it from him. He seduced, so that's why the man has to pay the dowry of the virgins. You're gonna get it as he read on. The word dowry in the Hebrew is mahar. Read Yoda.
Yeah, and then it says, he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins.
The mahar.
Thou shalt not suffer a wife to live.
Oh no, I'm sorry. That was it. That was in there.
Let me read the end of it one more time. Then he shall pay money according to the dowry of virgins.
Right, which is the 50 shekels of silver. According to that means if somebody was the Mac Yehuda daughter and he wasn't giving his daughter away and he seduced him, that man who did that still has to pay that father the bride cost for his loss of his daughter virginity. Now his daughter can't be someone else, but the father would have to tell you, listen, my daughter was seduced by a man and I can give her away, but she's not a virgin. So he can still give his daughter away to somebody else if he decides to, or you see what I'm saying? But he has to let that man know and that family know that his daughter not a virgin because she was seduced. So now, to all you stupid idiots out there, side netter, all of y'all dumb anyway. And like I said, y'all don't know nothing. Y'all won't go in the interrogation room. But now, next side netter, so many times, what do seduce mean? I mean, what do lay hold mean in the Hebrew? Side netter don't know. Y'all don't even know. Y'all don't even got it in the Hebrew. But we got it. We told y'all we broke this stuff down years ago. Y'all was running from DMS when they was coming to y'all cats, pushing the rape doctrine. None of y'all couldn't break it down. But y'all clowns on the corner board cheerleading. Oh, he destroyed Qanath. None of y'all niggas
grown ass men.
Y'all a bunch of cheerleaders, a bunch of retards. Y'all stupid. Y'all dumb. Even y'all so-called elders on there running y'all mouth. Y'all don't know nothing, man. Y'all don't know nothing. And y'all mad because you just throwing them lies. But now we beating up on the 412 doctrine charts. Y'all just so upset, man. Sad. Y'all don't break down nothing. Y'all just run your mouth. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, y'all's an embarrassment to even this whole movement. Stop being blue letter scholars. Stop listening to these stupid people trying to indoctrinate men. Y'all don't know anything, man. That's why we sit back and we just laugh at y'all guys. That's why we laugh at y'all. You the bookkeepers, because the Most High made us the bookkeepers, because we want to tell the truth. We ain't lying. I don't care about no views. I don't care about no friendships. I don't care about no thing. None of that garbage.
I don't care about none of that garbage either, man. I'm not gonna sit up here and lie for no damn body. I don't care who get upset. I'm not lying for nobody.
Y'all don't know. Say you don't know. Y'all want y'all so bad, but y'all cannot combat none of the truth. Now y'all break some of this shit down. Walk all these crucial doctrines down since y'all got so much to say about us. But y'all break nothing down. Right. Run your mouth. That's all you niggas do. Cap. But you teach fucking lies. I'm telling you, man, y'all sick of these dudes, man.
You know the problem is, Shawsham, they think they're gonna live forever. They're not scared of death. They think they're gonna live forever. They're not gonna die and face the judgment. They don't know. They think they're gonna keep living. I believe some of these dudes think they're gonna live forever, man. But I have news for you. When you die, your soul is going somewhere. It's called Sheol.
Blue letter scholars. That's all y'all Blue scholars. Blue letter scholars. That's why y'all can't fuck with us. Point blank period. Because you niggas don't know.
Let me say something real quick. And we're not finished. Let me say something real quick.
Yeah, because we're going to the book of Judges after you finish. Go ahead.
Talking about rape.
How passionate is not? How passionate is not? Shakshan would tell you, we're going to stop going to the streets and teaching because people want to be seen, and I don't care to be seen. When I was on side of the show, that was not an interrogation room I was actually in. I was coming to discuss something, try to get something to happen later on. Facts. Look it up. when he asked me them questions, that all of you that who to put on there, Shashan, put up there, y'all laughing. I said to him, what does lay hold mean? What does lay hold mean? And they never said anything. Now y'all just found out. All of y'all spoke for done it. Now y'all just found out. I was asking them that, right? And they would not go to it. So if they wasn't going to go to it, I was not going to dialogue with them on something that was, they would probably understand, but I overstood it. Right? And overstood it 7 years ago. We already done this breakdown, a 3-hour class, 7 to 8 years ago. So when she said that, I was like, oh boy. So I said, what does lay hold mean?
And Qanath, right. And we the home of the truth, but you niggas don't know. You couldn't break it down. Why y'all ain't break it down? I thought y'all been in the truth since 1960. Y'all home of the truth. Y'all want to know this and that, but you niggas can't break it down.
Can't break
Y'all go to the crowd.
Hey, how they gonna break down something, but they still believe in the year 2000 prophecy?
Let me say something. Let y'all finish up.
If you follow Tazariak, you should be embarrassed. If you follow Johanna, you should be embarrassed. That's your elder. Clapping my ass off. That's your elder. If you follow Cockroach, you should be embarrassed. All you niggas is dumb, man. And that's why they scared. They don't want to battle because they know they get destroyed. Through the power of Yahawah Yahawashi. And don't know nothing. Nothing. Let's run y'all damn mouth.
All you fake guys talk about, oh, Qanath didn't answer questions. Now you see why. I answered it, but they didn't want to go into it. Oh,
believe it or not,
it's crazy.
If Qanath would have brought his ass over here, he would have got fucking destroyed like I told his ass on his own show when I called me. I said, man, we're going to destroy you through the power of Yahawah Yahawashi. Now, all you niggas out there, you fake Israelites who think it's a joke, keep playing with us. Through the power of Yahawah Yahawashi, we're going to destroy y'all ass too. Because y'all ain't for Yahawah. Y'all not really for the power. Y'all ain't for the truth. Y'all for likes, y'all for views, y'all for Google hits, making monetization money. Y'all ain't really for the truth, man. I'm for the truth. I don't care about none of that. Most how I take care of me. I ain't trying to get rich off everybody.
Hold on. Just real quick. We don't put ourselves first. Everything we give thanks to the Most High. And we don't know everything.
No.
Right? We don't know everything. So all y'all talk, folks say they don't know everything. You damn right. We don't know everything. Because knowledge increase. Once we go, more people gonna know stuff more than we know. Right now, people know more stuff than we know. You know what I'm saying? But you Negroes know that's coming up against some madness that we that y'all talking about. You understand? So
exactly.
Yehuda, Shashan, Kahan.
Can you hear me?
Let's go. Yes, sir. Let's go into the other last topic. Hold on. We missed one. I'm sorry.
No. I want to go to the book of Judges real quick, bro.
Yeah, that's what I'm
saying.
If you don't mind. Because we missed one. She talked about the Benjamites.
That's right. That's why I want to go to the book of Judges.
All right, let's go.
You know what I'm saying? But I want to say one thing before we go to the book of Judges. ISUPK is a damn lie when they say they've been the home of the truth since what, 1960 something? That's a lie. I know many brothers was in the original school at Lahab, but he was one of the 7 heads. He said that school that Johanna have, that is not the original UPK. That's not the original UPK.
It's not.
Hold on. I got
the history on that.
Hold on. The home of the truth is Genesis 1:1, the Bible. That's the home of the truth. Genesis 1:1. Give me that first verse, Genesis 1:1, somebody, please.
Con, I got you.
Read that.
Con, this is the book of Moses, first book of Moses called Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning, God created. In the beginning,
go ahead.
God created the heaven and the earth. You want me to keep going?
That's the home. No, you can, but that's the home of the truth. God, Yahawah, Yah. He is the truth. In the beginning, it was him. He created it all. Not Johanna, not Qanath, F.O.P.E, Kahan, Yehuda, Shashem is the Most High, and Christ is under him, and his angels. It's not us. We only doing His will.
Thank you.
Right.
That's right.
He is the home of
right.
not us, nobody. His word.
Well, let's go to the book of Judges as it's getting a little late. Let's go to the book of Judges.
What you want?
Real quick. Let's go to Judges. Let's go to Judges 19. Yep. Let's touch on what she said that the Benjamites, they was hiding behind the bushes and they came out and they took these women and raped them. All this nonsense. Let's go to Judges 19.
Yeah.
When you get to Judges 19.
Yeah. This story, and I said this is that story when they wiped that tribe of Benjamin, they almost wiped them out because they were trying to do that ISBK on the dude.
Yeah, the Benjamites. Yep. Book of Judges 19, read verse 1 and 2.
Judges 19, verse 1 and 2. And it came to pass in those days when there was no king in Israel, that there was a certain Levite sojourning on the side of Mount Ephraim, who took a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah.
So this Levite was dwelling in the territory of Ephraim, but he took a concubine out of Bethlehem, Judah. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And his concubine played the whore against him and went away from him unto her father's house to Bethlehem, Judah, and was there 4 whole months.
Okay, now we're not going to read all this stuff, but he goes to the concubine, etc. And then finally, the concubine and the Levite, they travel, etc. But we're not going to read all that stuff. Let's jump to verse 16. Read verse 16.
This is verse 16. And behold, there came an old man from his work out of the field at even, which was also of Mount Ephraim, as he sojourned in Gilbah. But the men of the place were Benjamites.
The men of the place was Benjamites. Now you got the
Yoda.
Hold on, he might come back in.
Yeah.
You know, his mic disconnected.
So they said no. Can you hear me?
Come, Gary.
You went out. You went out.
Okay, I got cut off. I'm sorry. So it says again that these men in verse 16, there was Benjamites, right? In this territory of Gibeah. Read verse 17.
Verse 17. And when he had lifted up his eyes, he saw a wayfaring man out in the streets of the city. And the old man said, whither goest thou? And whence comest thou? So I guess where you go and where you coming from?
Exactly. Like so this man, so you got this concubine and this Levite, they traveling, right? So you see this old man that live in the territory of Benjamin. He looks up and he see the concubine and the Levite, right? So he asked them where they going, where they coming from. But he see them in the middle of the city. Read verse 18.
Verse 18. And he said unto them, we are passing from Bethlehem, Judah, towards the side of Mount Ephraim. From this am I. And I went to Bethlehem, Judah, but I am now going to the house of the Lord, and there is no man that receiving me to house.
Right. So basically, they had nowhere to stay. Right. But let me read verse 19. And yet they're both straw and provender for our asses, and there's bread and wine, etc. Right. So he's telling this man he had nowhere to stay. So basically,
downstairs. Yeah.
I have a problem.
Yoda, your mic acting up again.
Okay, we have hey Yehuda, we have a bad technical difficulties. I don't know exactly where you're going with this lesson on this part. Well, I know where you're going, but I don't have the pieces that you have. So
hold on, just wait till we come back in. Let me see something.
Please forgive us, brothers and sisters.
There's this connection acting up. Hold on.
Yeah. Tribe of Satan is messing with us right now.
Yoda.
Give us a 2-minute commercial break.
Yeah, he'll be back in a second.
Yeah, give us a 2-minute commercial break.
Yeah,
So,
Qanath. Them niggas couldn't break the rape doctrine down though, but they got so much. They got so much to say. I guarantee none of them could show and prove that seduce was in the that was the meaning in Hebrew.
No,
I guarantee that.
but they so prideful, they're not gonna even apologize.
I'm back, man. I have some technical problems here. I'm back. Where were we? So listen, I'm just going to continue to make the long story short. This Levite and this concubine, they didn't have nowhere to stay. So this old man, he let them stay with them, right? So that's what happened. So now let's jump down. Let's read verse 20.
Verse 20. And the old man said, "Peace be with thee. Howsoever, let all thy wants lie upon me. Only lodge not in the street."
He said, "Don't stay in the street. Stay at my house." Read verse 21.
Verse 21. So he brought him into his house and gave provender unto their asses, and they washed their feet and did eat and drink.
Okay, let me read verse 22. And now as they were making themselves merry, behold, the men of the city, these Benjamites, they certain sons of Belial, they beset the house round about. They surrounded the house, and they beat at the door. And they spake to the master of the house. And the old man saying, "Bring forth the man that came into thine house, that we may do a ISUPK on him, that we may know him. We may know him."
Right.
So they wanted to sleep with this man. They wanted to sodomize this man.
Grow on his butt.
Exactly. Verse 23. And the man, the master of the house, went out unto them and said unto them, "Nay, my brethren." Nay, he says, "Nay, my brethren." But they said, "Let your nay be nay and yea be yea." Right, Qanath?
Right.
He says, "Nay," and then he continues to speak. "Nay, my brethren." Now he's letting them know why he say, "Nay, I pray you, do not so wickedly, seeing that this man is coming to mine house, and do not this folly." Verse 24. "Behold, here's my daughter and maiden, and his concubine, and them I will bring out now, and humble." It says, "And humble ye them, and do with them what seemeth good unto you. But unto this man, do not do this vile a thing." Don't do this wickedness. Don't sodomize this man. Right? Verse 25. "But the men would not hearken." These Benjamites would not hearken to him. "So the man took his concubine and brought her forth unto them. And they knew her. They slept with her. They raped her and abused her all night until the morning."
Crazy.
But they say that God condones rape, Shawshan.
Right. Exactly. Woo!
Right.
And before we get off, we're gonna play that voice clipping again.
In fact, real quick, in some translations, it actually says rape. Let me read it one more time. And they abused her, and they used her, or they knew her, they slept with her, and they abused her all night until the morning. And when and when the day began the spring, they let her go. But look what it says in verse 26. "And then came the woman to the daughter of the day, and fell down at the door of the man's house where her lord was," meaning her Levite husband, "till it was light." Right? Verse 27. And her lord rose up in the morning and opened the doors of the house and went out to go his way. And behold, the woman, his concubine, was falling down at the door of the house, and her hands were upon the threshold. And he said unto her, "Up and let us be going." But none answered. She didn't answer because she was dead. Then the man took her up. He took her up upon her ass, and the man rose up and got him into his place. And when he was come to his house, he took a knife and laid hold on the concubine. So basically, she died, folks. Right. They abused her, they raped her all night.
ISBK. Hey, look, what book was that again in verse? It says some books say rape. I want to see, can I find it?
Right, folks. So they raped her they raped her and abused her all night to the point where they killed her.
Exactly.
Yehuda, can y'all hear me?
Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to know what book, chapter, and verse, what it says, when you say it may say rape in other verses. I'm gonna try to look it up. What book you reading?
I got you, Qanath. What's that?
Judges.
Bob, I'm finna go to Bible Hub.
No, I'm sorry. I got Judges what?
No. What I was saying was is certain translations it has the word rape.
I just want to know the book, chapter, and verse. I got different translations.
No, come again.
No, listen. He got a parallel Bible. He asking what verse was that? Where it was saying.
What verse? Yeah, that was verse. That was Judges 19, verse 25.
Okay, all right, y'all go ahead. I see not fine.
Okay, so basically, we know what happened. They used her. They slept with her. They raped her and abused her all night to the point where they killed her. Right. So now this Levite, what he did to show all of Israel what the Benjamites did, he took a knife and he cut up her body, and he sent pieces of her body all throughout Israel, so all of Israel could see what the Benjamites did. So guess what? At war, all the Israelites got together. They got together and they fought the Benjamites. Wait. But why did they fight the Benjamites? They fought the Benjamites because the Benjamites raped and killed this woman.
What kind of war was that for, Yehuda?
I say it again.
What kind of war was that?
There was a war, brother on brother.
Civil war.
A civil war. Right, a civil war.
Thank you. Now y'all know where it comes from. Civil war.
It was a civil war.
Right.
Hold on. I want to read it. This is the NIV, New International Version. Like you said, sometimes it say rape. This is Judges chapter 19, verse 25. It says, but the men would not listen to him. So the man took his concubine and sent her outside to them. And they raped her and abused her throughout the night.
All night. To the point where they killed her.
Yep.
They took her life. And because of it, it was a civil war. And the Israelites got together and they almost wiped out the Benjamites. They almost wiped them out. Now, my brother, read verse 32.
And they say these niggas talking about a civil war. Nigga, civil wars all through the Bible. You right? That's why you think I got it from a spiritual. That's why we civil war. We at war.
Exactly.
Because y'all lying. Talking about
exactly.
They want to have a civil war. Obviously, you use scriptures, jackass. But go ahead, Doc. You can go ahead.
Yeah, my brother. Read Judges chapter 20. Read verse 32.
Judges chapter 20 and verse 32. And the children of Benjamin said, they are smitten down before us as at the first. But the children of Israel said, let us flee and draw them from the city unto the highways.
Right. So now that the war has begun, right? So it said that the children of Benjamin, they were smitten down before the Israelites at the first, but the children of Israel said, let us flee, because the Benjamites, I guess, was able to start fighting back. Read verse 35.
Verse 35. And Yehuda, that's another cut to that Genesis 49, where they try to say that talking about that what Benjamin is. Because when they say Benjamin, a ravenous wolf or something like that. I remember you brought that out a long time ago.
Right, that's in the Genesis 49 lesson. Exactly. But read verse 35.
And the Lord smote Benjamin before Israel, and the children of Israel destroyed of the Benjamites that day 5,100 men. All these drew the sword.
They said they slew 20,000 Benjamites.
Kill them all.
Read verse 36.
Verse 36. And the children of Benjamin saw that they were smitten, for the men of Israel gave place to the Benjamites, because they trusted unto the liars in wait, which they had set beside Gilba.
But it says they slew 20,000 plus Benjamites. But why did they kill these Benjamites again, Qanath Shorsham and my brother? Why did they kill these Benjamites? Because what did the Benjamites do to that concubine?
They were sodomites and rapists.
They raped her and they murdered her.
They ruined.
But no, God condones rape. He condones rape.
He condone murder, and he condone murder, like they say.
And murder.
You murder.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's all. ISUBK says it's okay to ruin butts.
Exactly.
Yeah, man.
They raped her, and they murdered her. They raped her and murdered her. Come on, man. My brother, read verse 44.
Verse 44. And there fell of the Benjamites 18,000 men. All these were men of valor.
So when you read verse 43, it says, thus they enclosed the Benjamites round about and chased them. They chased them and trod them down with the ease over at Gibeah. And they said they killed 18,000 more. They killed 18,000 more on top of 20-something thousand they already killed. Read verse 45.
Verse 45. And they turned and fled towards the wilderness unto the rock of Rimmon, and they gleaned up them in the highways 5,000 men, and pursued hard after them unto Gilead, and slew 2,000 men of them.
They slew 2,000 more. They slew 2,000 more Benjamites. Read verse 46.
Verse 46. So that all which fell that day of Benjamin were 25,000 men that drew the sword. All these were men of valor.
Read verse 47.
Verse 47. But 600 men turned and fled to the wilderness unto the rock Rimmon, and abode in the rock Rimmon 4 months. And the men.
So stop right there. They said 600 men of Benjamites was pretty much left and fled and they hid in Rimmon. Now read verse 48.
Verse 48. And the men of Israel turned again upon the children of Benjamin, and smote them with the edge of the sword, as well the men of every city, and all that came to hand. Also they set on fire all the cities that came to.
You see that? They slew all these Benjamites just because these Benjamites raped and murdered that woman. But no, God condones rape, and he's a murderer. Now we're going to chapter 21, read verse 1.
Judges chapter 21, verse 1. Now the men of Israel had sworn in Mizpeh, saying, there should not any of us give his daughter unto Benjamin to wife.
They say, listen, they made an oath. They said, we're not going to give our daughters to no Benjamites. Read verse 2.
Verse 2. And the people came to the house of God and abode there till even before God, and lifted up their voices and wept sore.
Verse 3.
And said, O Lord God of Israel, why is this come to pass in Israel, that there should be today one tribe lacking in Israel?
Right. So now it says, even though the Benjamites were slaughtered by the Israelites now feel sorry for them. They feel sorry. Let me read verse 4. And it came to pass on the morrow that the people rose early and built their altar, and they offered burnt offerings and peace offerings. And the children of Israel, who is there among all the tribes of Israel, came not with the congregation unto the Lord, for they had made a great oath. See, they made an oath concerning him that came not to the Lord at Mizpah, right? Saying, he shall surely be put to death. So now they're saying, whoever did not come to help us fight the Benjamites, they're going to be put to death too. Now read verse 6.
Verse 6. And the children of Israel repented them for Benjamin, their brother, and said, there is one tribe cut off from Israel this day. Verse 7. How shall we do for the wives, for them that remain, seeing we have sworn by the Lord that we will not give them our daughters to wives?
You see that? So now they feel sorry for the Benjamites, because they said the Benjamites is lacking as a people. So now they said, how shall we do for them? Because we made an oath swearing that we would not give our wives to them. Read verse 8.
Verse 8. And they said, what one is there of the tribes of Israel that came not up to Mizpeh to the Lord, and behold,
stop right there. Stop. So then now they're asking, what tribes or what Jews within the tribes of Israel did not come up to help us fight? Continue to read.
And behold, there came none to the camp from Jespah Gilead to the assembly.
They said they thought about it because they had the what you call it, they knew exactly where all the Jews was living, etc., how many people, etc. So they said, wait a minute, nobody came up from the village of Jabesh Gilead, and Jabesh Gilead was Manasseh, the territory of Manasseh. Read verse 9.
Verse 9. For the people were numbered, and behold,
the people were what? Wait. The people were all of Israel was what?
For the people were numbered.
All of Israel was numbered, and behold, continue.
And behold, there were none of the inhabitants of Jespah Gilead there.
You see that? They said that there was none that came up to help them fight. Read verse 10.
Verse 10. And the congregation sent to the 12,000 men of the valiantest, and commanded them, saying, go and smite the inhabitants of Jespah Gilead with the edge of the sword, with the women and the children.
They said, go smoke these men of Gilead, these from the tribe of Manasseh, in this certain village that didn't come up to help them fight the Benjamites. They said, kill the women and the children. So you got it. So just as Shorsham said, this is another civil war. They just went and slew more of their own brothers and sisters. Read verse 11. We're almost done. Verse 11.
And this is the thing that ye shall do. Ye shall utterly destroy every male and every woman that hath lain by man.
You see that? They said when you go to the village, they say slew every man and woman that's not a virgin. That's not a virgin. Read verse 12.
And they found among the inhabitants of Jespah Gilead 400 young virgins that had known no man by laying with any male. And they brought them unto the camp to Shiloh, which is the land of Canaan.
Right. So they slew many men and women that were not virgins, and they said they had 400 virgins that they brought back. Read verse 13.
Verse 13, and the whole congregation sent some to speak to the children of Benjamin that were in Ramah, and to call peaceably unto them.
You see that? So now they sent men to go. They sent, when you back up to verse 47, it said that those 600 Benjamites that fled to Ramah to hide, they said they hid for a number of 4 months. Now they're going to speak peaceably to them. They're going to speak to them. Read verse 14.
Verse 14, and Benjamin came again at that time, and they gave them wives, which they had saved alive of the women of Jespah Gilead. And yet, so they sufficed them not.
Verse 15.
What you said, verse 15? And the people repented repented them for Benjamin, because that the Lord had made a breach in the tribes of Israel.
So the people repented for Benjamin, right? They gave the Benjamin wives that they had from Gilead. Continue to read verse 16.
Verse 16, the elders of the congregation said, how shall we do for the wives for them that remain, seeing that Benjamin are destroyed out of Salaki, seeing that the women are destroyed out of Benjamin. Salaki.
Yeah, they said the elders said, how shall we do for wives for them that remain, seeing that the women are destroyed out of Benjamin too? So they killed many of the women of Benjamin also. Read verse 17.
Verse 17, and they said, there must be an inheritance for them that be escaped of Benjamin, that a tribe be not destroyed out of Israel.
Right, they feel sorry for Benjamin. They don't want Benjamin to be destroyed as a people, as a nation, as a tribe. Read verse 18.
Verse 18, howbeit we may not give them wives of our daughters, for the children of Israel have sworn, saying, cursed be he that giveth a wife to Benjamin.
Remember, they made an oath. They said, we're not going to give our wives to the Benjamites. Read verse 19.
Verse 19. Then they say, behold, There is a feast of the Lord in Shiloh yearly in a place which is on the north side of Bethel, on the east side of the highway that goeth up from Bethel to Shechem, and on the south of Lebanon.
Now watch this, y'all. So it says they said that we made an oath that we will not give our daughters or etc. or women to the Benjamites, right? But it said but it said every year is a feast. It is a feast every year, right? It said in Bethel, and Bethel also is the territory of Benjamin. You're going to see tomorrow night. Read verse 20.
Verse 20. Therefore they commanded the children of Benjamin, saying, Go and lie in wait in the vineyards.
Stop right there. So now that girl, what's her name, Napah? She's saying that the Benjamites, they hid in the bush and they raped some women. No, the Benjamites repented for what the Benjamites repented for what they did. What they trying to do now is give them wives, but look how they do it. Look how they do it. Read verse 21.
Verse 21. And see, and behold, if the daughters of Shiloh come out to dance in dances, then come ye out of the vineyards and catch you every man his wife of the daughters of Shiloh, and go to the land of Benjamin.
So they said, if the daughters come out to dance, they go catch you every one of a wife and take them back to your territory, so you can start producing children again, so the tribe of Benjamin can grow again. But right. She said that they took these women to rape. No. I think, listen, the Benjamites almost got wiped out for what they did. But let me show you something. Let me show you. Read verse 22.
Verse 22. And it shall be when the father.
But read it kind of slow. I may stop you while you read. Read verse 22. Go ahead.
And it shall be when their fathers or their brethren come unto.
Stop. It shall be when their fathers. Remember, the fathers have to give the daughters away. It shall be when their fathers and their brothers come. Continue.
Unto us to complain.
To complain about their daughters being taken by these Benjamites. If their fathers and brothers come to complain, continue.
Be favorable unto them for our sakes, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war, for ye did not give unto them at this time, that ye should be guilty.
So they said right here. So they said that these men took these women of Shiloh that was dancing back. But they said if their fathers and brothers come out to complain, then we will say to them. They said, don't worry, we're going to go talk to them. We will say to them, be favorably unto them, meaning the Benjamites, for our sakes, because we reserve them. Because remember, the father have to give away the daughters, right? So it says, not to each man of his wife in war, for ye did not give unto them at this time, that ye should be guilty. So they said, be favorably unto us, and let the Benjamites take your daughters, so that tribes of Benjamin can grow again. Read verse 23.
Verse 23. And the children of Benjamin did so, and took them wives according to their number of them that danced, whom they got. And they went and returned unto their inheritance, and repaired the cities, and dwelled in them. And the children of Israel departed thence at that time, every man to his tribe and to his family. And they went out from thence, every man to his inheritance. In those days, it's kicker. And on those days, there was no king in Israel. Every man did that which was right in his own eyes.
You see, folks, I would say one last thing, and I'll let Shawsham and Qanath end it. You see, folks, when these women of Shiloh came out to dance, right? And the Benjamites took them as wives, these men went to these fathers. They said, if they complain, go to them and say, be favorably to the Benjamites, because they need to regrow as a nation. Because the scripture said that the father has to give away the daughter. So these Benjamites did not take these women and go rape them. They would have killed them too. They almost just got wiped out as a tribe for what they did.
Right.
And it says if the father, let me read it one more time. Suffer me to read verse 22 one more time. And it shall be when their fathers and their brothers come, these women, these young women, they virgins, and they complain that we would go. Don't say, don't worry, we're gonna go to them. We're gonna go talk to them and say to them, be favorably unto them, the Benjamites, for our sakes, because we reserve not to each man his wife in the war, right? In the war. For ye did not give unto them at this time, that ye should be guilty. That's case closed right there. That's all I have to say. I'm done.
And let me say these two things. Every time you notice when it talks about rape in the Bible, it always says something about when you rape in the Bible, you bring folly into Israel. When Dinah got raped, Jacob's daughter, they was like when Simeon and Levi went and killed all them people.
Yep.
His sister, they were like because they brought folly into Israel. When Absalom raped his sister and he was killed by his brother 2 years later, and she told us, she said, "Please, brother, don't do this. Don't bring such folly into Israel." Every time somebody raped in the scriptures, they bring folly into Israel. Somebody always end up dying. So when
what about the two old men? I don't know if it was priests or whatever. They got their ass killed too when they put that woman. Right?
Oh yeah,
in Susanna.
Right. History of Susanna. The two elders tried to commit adultery. They was put to death too, and they tried to rape that girl.
But I have one last question, Shashem and Qanath. How many Benjamites did they say was murdered because of what those other Benjamites did by raping and killing that concubine? How many Benjamites was murdered?
20,000.
Man, 20,000 plus Benjamites murdered.
Plus sodomites.
Hey, hold on. You say rape is condoned in the Bible.
Hold on. So I wasn't going
No, not murder. I'm sorry, Qanath, not murdered. They was killed for right. That was a righteous kill judgment on the Benjamites. They was killed, not murdered.
Right. They was killed, not murdered. So let me say this real quick. I wasn't going to do this, but my spirit, I got to do it now. Yehuda, hey man, where you at? I'm gonna talk to you offline in the back room. But Yehuda, Israel. Okay. Let me say this real quick. I wasn't gonna play this video, but I gotta play it now because now it's blaspheming the word of the Most High, right? And we are actually dealing with spiritual. It's a spiritual war. So see, somebody said that Napah witch was only expressing her twisted mind. That's all it was. So that's the spirit right there. What you just said. Now I gotta play this video. So I'm gonna ask everybody, Shemai, just be quiet for a second. Shashan know a video that we gotta play, right? Because the power of Yahawashi Christ compels her. And y'all know where we're going. Let's go. The power of Christ compels her. Yehuda know. Everybody, just, here we go.
Yeah, I mean, at least you get to sleep just a little longer, you know? Yeah. Come on tomorrow night, so I'll drive you tomorrow morning.
Everybody on mute. This is your video. Saying all these parts was her video. We didn't put this in. We didn't put that on her face, that was her. That skeleton, she did that. We didn't do that.
Lord Jesus Christ. It is he who commands you. You will prince of heaven to the depths of hell. I serve a power that has power over all spirits. And Psalm 16 verse 4, because you said with us, we all agree that Satan is the master of the spirit Satan. Because I also know that there's a human, carnal, human being, incarnate person that is the man of earth. But I digress. Spirit Satan is the master of the Lord has all himself. Listen to the pause. The Lord has made all things in this earth and in the spirit realm. Every single spirit, the Yahawah. The Lord has made all things for himself. Satan didn't see one day he was doing all the music and he decided to gather a community of angels and there was a big war and the angels fight in heaven and it didn't go like that. It didn't go like that. Now, he created Satan for himself. That's what the scripture says. The Lord has made all of us not wrap our minds around doing the murder and you know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty God. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty God. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty God. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty God. He's the original terrorist. The Almighty God. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty God. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty God. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty God. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty God.
Hey, Qanath, when you get a chance, right? Dealing with the original, dealing with terrorists, right? Read 2 verses for me, real quick. I want somebody to read two verses.
Which one, you?
I got you.
Yeah. Matter of fact, you can stop there. 2 verses, bro. Just real quick. Ain't take long. Real quick. Let's deal with the terrorists real quick too. The terrorist lie. God is a terrorist. Go to Jeremiah. Go to the book of Jeremiah. The book of Jeremiah, chapter 17. Let's go ahead and just kill that lie real quick. Jeremiah 17.
Okay. What you want?
Just real quick. That's two. We're gonna go to Jeremiah and then we're gonna go to First Peter. Jeremiah 17. Read verses 13 through 17.
This is Jeremiah chapter 17 and verse 13. O Lord, the hope of Israel, all that forsake thee shall be ashamed, and they that depart from me shall be written in the earth, because they have forsaken the Lord, the fountain of the living waters.
Verse 14.
Heal me, O Lord, and I shall be healed. Save me, and I shall be saved, for thou art my praise.
Verse 15.
Verse 15. Behold, they that say unto me, where is the word of the Lord? Let it come now.
Verse 16 and 17.
As for me, I have not hastened from being a pastor to follow thee, neither have I desired the woeful day. Thou knowest that which came out of my lips was right before thee. Verse 17.
Now read verse 17. Read verse 17 real slow. I want everybody to hear this. She just said God is a terrorist, right? He's the number one terrorist. Read verse 17, but read it real slow.
Be not a terror unto me.
Be not a what unto God?
Be not a terror unto me.
Continue.
Thou art my hope in the day of evil.
God says, be not a terror unto me, that you are my hope. My hope for you, my hope for, as you to be righteous unto me in the day of evil, in the day of evil. God says, be not a terror unto me. Now let's go to 1 Peter. 1 Peter, right? Chapter 3, one verse, 1 Peter, chapter 3, and read verse 14. And I'm done.
1 Peter chapter 3 and verse 14. But if ye suffer for righteousness' sake, happy are ye, and be not afraid of their terror, neither be troubled.
Be not afraid of their terror, and neither be troubled. God says, be not afraid of their terror on the earth, neither be troubled.
Let me say something real quick. Now watch this. It say, be not afraid of their terror, right? Now, when she's trying to say God is a terrorist, no, God, when he say he's terrible, not terrorist, he's terrible talking about his power. Give me Nehemiah 4:14.
Come.
Give me Nehemiah 4:14. Excellent breakdown, Brother Yahuwah, right? Because the Most High is terrible in a righteous way, right? He say, don't be afraid of them or be afraid of their terror, right? But he's terrible in a righteous way, and he wants us to stand up. Nehemiah 4:14 is going to prove that.
Nehemiah.
The Most High is a terrorist. Read that, Nehemiah 4:14.
Nehemiah chapter 4 and 14. And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons.
Hold on, stop. Great and terrible, meaning his power. Don't be afraid of him, right? So he tells us to fight. He's going to be the warrior for us. Now read it from the beginning.
Exactly.
This is what we're doing right now from the beginning. Keep going.
You want me to read that again for the beginning?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And I looked and rose up and said unto the nobles and to the rulers and to the rest of the people, be not ye afraid of them. Remember the Lord, which is great and terrible, and fight for your brethren, your sons, and your daughters, your wives, and your houses.
That's right. So what this is saying, the Most High is going to fight for us. He's going to whip their ass because his power, he's great and terrible in that aspect.
Right, exactly.
Of them.
Exactly. That's why it says, that's why it says real quick, Qanath, in 1 Peter again 14, it says here, and be not afraid of their terror. Don't be afraid of their terror. And then it says again in Jeremiah 17 and 17, God says, be not a terror unto me. Right. Now, real quick, I'm going to go to Jeremiah 20. I'm going to read verse 4. Watch this here. Jeremiah 20, verse 4. For thus says the Lord, behold, I will make thee a terror to thyself. God said he will make you a terror to yourself.
Woo! You see that? Now, why that God back on that video was go back to that video. He said he gonna make you a terror unto yourself. But she said,
one more. Let me do one more. Let me do one more. Qanath, one more. So God says, I will make you a terror to yourself. Now let me go to Romans real quick. Then I'll let you guys just finish it up. Let's go to Romans. I'm gonna show you something. Romans 13. Romans 13.
And my Sabbat voice. Come on.
Romans 13 verses 3 and 5, or 3 through 5. And it reads, it says here, for I speak to you, Paul says, I speak to you Gentiles, right? Do I got it right? No, I'm sorry. No, I was at Romans 11. My bad. Romans 13, here we go. Romans 13 verses 3 through 5. God says, for rulers are not a terror to good works. God says the rule over you, which is America, is not a terror to good works, but to the evil. Would thou then not be afraid of the power, meaning the power of the Most High, etc., and who he sets above us, do that which is good, and thou shalt have praise of the same. Verse 4. For he, meaning whoever God sets as authority over us, for he is the minister of God to do or to thee for good. But if thou do that which is evil, be afraid. God says, be afraid. If you do evil on the earth, then you be afraid of the higher power.
Done.
The higher power, which is America, etc. Be afraid then if you evil. That goes to show you that a lot of these dudes in these camps are evil. They're on the damn street corners condemning people and talking about America. But God set America above us. He set America to rule over us.
He said, obey the law of the land. And he also said, this is in Psalms, is this I think 18, this is a 91. This is a righteous judgment that we're going
right.
through.
Right, exactly.
I can talk to this guy offline. This is a righteous judgment. So I want you to go back in the video a little bit when she's talking about the Most High is a terrorist. Is a terrorist. Right?
And again, one more time, it says in Romans 12:3, it says that the rulers are not a terror to God, to good works.
Right.
Okay, go ahead, Qanath.
Yeah, no, this is not something to harass the sister. We just showing her error because she said F.O.P.E. Don't compare GMS to F.O.P.E. Them losers. Her exact words. So this is not to a personal attack. This is to correct her, right? The scripture tell us to correct them. Cry aloud, spare not, lift the voice like a trumpet, right? Right. This is brotherly and sisterly love. So we correcting you. If you are true indeed a sister, you will hear it. So take it back in here and let it pray all the way to the end, and then we'll let y'all get to work. Wait up.
And this is why the scripture says a woman shall not indoctrinate. This is exactly a good example. She don't know what the hell she talking about.
No respect for nobody.
Howard. He's the original terrorist.
Take it back again. Hold on. Take it back a little bit more.
He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty Power. He's the original terrorist. The Almighty Power. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty Power. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty Power. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty Power. He's the original terrorist. You know who the original terrorist is? The Almighty Power. He's the original terrorist.
Let it play all the way to the end.
Let's get them likes up, family. Let's get them likes up.
She did that. We didn't do that. That's her. She put it on her face, not us. She did that. Bondage.
The power of Christ compelled you. The power of Christ compelled you. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. The power of Christ compels you. He brought you low by his blood-stained wings. Do not despise my commandments. 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 Do not despise my commandments.
Do not despise his commandments.
Do not despise my commandments. Do not despise my commandments. Do not despise my commandments.
Well, if she's a sister, I don't know. I don't think she is, but if she is, then we'll deal with that. Okay, with that, all praise to the Most High. Hey, Yehuda, Israel, we put the link in the room. Click on, and you're gonna be in the private back chat with us, and we'll chop it up a good 2 minutes with you. Because what you want to talk about has nothing to do with the class that we went on tonight, but we're gonna show you favor, okay? Because we just friendly like that. So the link, put the link in the room. Put the link in the room.
Something? Alaya.
Get the likes up. Put the link in the room. Click that link. And we're going to give you a few minutes. And if you can, actually, before we go into back chat, here go the deal. Here go the deal. When you click on that link and you come in the room, it's going to show you how to do it. Israel has to see your face, and then we can talk about what we need to talk about. That's because you see our face, right? See our face, or mine at least. Yes, sir. I appreciate it.
Did Alaya want to say something? Alaya, did you want to say something?
Alaya, want to say something?
Yeah, can I be heard? Can I be heard?
Go ahead. I got you TV in there. Go ahead. I got the CMOS coming.
Yeah, I sent the cash up and went through. I just wanted to make sure y'all got it. Y'all received it.
She's checking in, but go ahead out.
Okay, well, blessed be the name of Almighty Yah. Yah is King, Yah is righteous one of Yahshua is Yah. We thank Yah for sending his son, Yahawashi. Hey, you know, I'm glad to see this going on. Just keep up the good work. You know, I mean, you know, this is how I'm seeing it. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, 400 years is up. It's all a process of us leaving. You know what I'm saying? And you know, people gotta be exposed, man. This is a time of everybody getting exposed by the day. I'm seeing it, and then just let the Holy Spirit keep on doing what it do, separating the sheep from the goat. But I bless y'all for all y'all. I thank y'all for all y'all and all the audiences out there. Hey, let's come to this truth.
Hallelujah, hallelujah. All praise to the Most High. All praise. Hey, Yehuda, F.O.P.E. New York. You know, Yehuda, we talked offline. And he say, "Hey, Qanath, after this one, man, I'm gonna be little brother Yehuda to you. We equal brothers, bro, because you sure put it down." You know what I'm talking about. All praises, all praises.
Yeah, I got you. Yep.
Good. Hey, the other guy, other brother, come on, man. The link is in the room. The link is in the room. Come on. Come on in. Are you having difficulty, Shawsham? Help him out.
He gotta use Google Chrome too. But I want to say, you know, this was a great class and a great cut for all them scoffer Israelites. All you suckers that's on the comment board running y'all mouth. Majority of y'all can't break down nothing. Ain't got no book scholarship or nothing. All y'all do is blue letter and East Sword scholars. That's it. That's why y'all gonna keep getting chopped up in the word. Y'all don't know nothing, man. Do some. Stop being lazy and get back into the books, man. And let me say this too about Elder Tahar. I gotta thank you, Elder Tahar, because I learned a lot from you when I was young in the truth, listening to stuff you used to say and how you used to get on the members of GMS and how they should be into the book work. But as you can see lately, man, it's that left Israel a long time ago. Dudes don't get into books anymore, man. They just get into applications. And this is a reason why the word don't come out the way it do anymore, because everybody just use apps. You know what I mean? Israel, get back into when we studied and read books and find biblical sources when you're reading the books and not just applications. And stop relying on blue letter just for Hebrew. Like what Qanath said, he said, I got the blue letter. You see what I'm saying? Who did he learn that from? You stupid camps. And one West dudes who teaching everybody use the blue letter. Like the blue letter is the greatest thing on earth when it's not, man. Blue letter is okay, but it's not to be taken as a primary source of dealing with Hebrew. There's so many books out here, Hebrew dictionaries, Hebrew lexicons that brothers should be getting.
Yeah, that's correct. That's correct. Blue letter is not what everybody think it is. Trust me. Yeah, you're 100% correct, bro.
501c3 organization is did it. It's at the end of the page. So I mean, they can put anything up in there. They say, I mean, they got all types of weird stuff up in there, man.
Yeah, they just stay like y'all is blue letter scholars forever. Stop just blue letter scholaring. You know, I'm asking y'all to stop that. Stop blue letter scholaring. Get into the Hebrew, learn more of the Hebrew, and get more Hebrew lexicons, but stay out of the blue letter for all reliable sources. That's the first thing she did. Oh, well, in the blue letter, it says it says that in a lot of different books. but you're not gonna get the understanding because Blue Letter don't have everything. It gives you partial stuff, and then they insert stuff into a lot of that too. That's why you got Esau as the father of the herbs in there, and it tells you that, and it says and it usually says that's in the Brown Drivers Briggs, but that's not in the Brown Drivers Briggs. I have two Brown Drivers Briggs produced different years, and it's not in there. And they inserted that into the what you call the scan copy when they put it on Blue Letter, and they put that there. They insert a lot of things in Blue Letter that's not even in the books. That's why I say books. Stop using applications.
All right. So what we have, okay. I don't want to disturb the class that we had. You said all due respect. What you want to ask, you were talking about Christ. Do it have anything to do with the class that we taught today, or what was going over today?
No, sir.
So what we'll do, we'll give you 5 minutes out of time. Yehuda, if you can wait, we're gonna close it out, but we're gonna be in the back room, and you can ask your question. If we can't answer, we can't answer it at that time, but we'll just hear your question out. So Shasham's gonna close the show out, but we're gonna be in the back room. All right.
Appreciate
so don't leave. Stay right there. Don't leave. The show is actually ended already. No, it's ended. Shasham, go ahead and play the music in the show, or just if you want to just end it how you want to do it. We usually end with our music, so everybody do it. So we're gonna end it that way, and then we'll be in the back room. End it with our music, and then we'll be in the back room and chop it up with the brother real quick. So hold tight, my man. Hey, Shashan.
We ain't marching saying yes we can. No justice, no peace. Go! Fight for your sons and your daughters.
I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog. I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker Coco. It's my battle cry. Oh! Isaiah 14:21, that ancient version of that gun that. They stole our name, they stole our shit. We real Judites, motherfucker Jewish. Generals, arm your soldiers. We fight tonight like we supposed to. They inherited lies. I'm referring to all whites. I'm referring to riches, white privilege, given through genocide. And they gotta pay for that. God say Jacob gon' take it back. I cry aloud, I spare not. This good bread, my sharecrop. This lily grew through concrete. We march the on drum beat. We the chosen. No inclination to kick it with y'all. Raise Babylon to the ground, then watch it fall. Obadiah said you'll be wiped up for theft. These are just words, worry about what come next. For Negroes, Latinos, we better than all, not equal. My natives know red got that feather. Mi primo be smooth like that leather. Until it's time to bring the war dogs out with the headdress on. War paint and I'm not wrapped too tight. Got 400 years on my back. I'm angry dog, I'm black like that. Won't contact with you whites. And all the niggas I stand here with, they share my same sentiment. I'm fucked up tonight. Won't kill my brothers no more. Want all the smoke, motherfucker Popo. It's my battle cry. I got the spirit of grandfathers past. Front porch sitters, Nat Turner dangerous. A real life illustration of angry and Nat painting. Of Malcolm staring out the window with patience. One hand on the curtain, right hand on the AK spits. 47 rounds, all to bring down Satan. Same way Abel was killed by Cain. This will be an introduction from the fuck shit into the fire. Probably join the list of artists who died before they retired. Most High said I'm hired. Sire will never spit a line aimed at my kind. Less meant to uplift. Toughness will be redefined in my rhymes. A squad of men with the spirit of God, with an affinity to point their weapons not at the brethren but at the enemy. Khaki colored kids, baptized in the flames of combat fashioned. In the trap we escaped, our fate was to be great and noble. Moses reincarnated, so be hopeful and know I bring word from A and O to Pharaoh and wipe up, let my people go, cause
That's my battle cry.